Yeah. Forward, you know, but.
We're on, Mayor. We're on.
All right. We'll go ahead and consider ourselves back into regular session, and we discussed the competency and the goods and bads and the uglies, basically, of chief, and some of that stuff we didn't want to know, as far as, you know, some of the faults. We didn't want to be pointing out people's faults in front of the public, trying to protect some of their reputation. Obviously, everyone has faults, everyone has things, but we went through, we have these 4 candidates, and after looking at our department and what we feel vision is for the department, who we feel will be able to get us to that point in a way, but a positive way, exacting the positive change that needs to happen there, would, based on the conversations that I've had with council, the interviews that we've had, would recommend to the council we appoint Mike Gledhill as the next chief of Roosevelt City in investigation and also tract. So, any questions or about the process, Dave?
Mind if I just want to say that the mayor has spent a lot of time doing his research, due diligence, talking to a lot of people, calling, looking through resumes, hours and hours and hours doing it. I don't feel that he had to do that. I think he could have just, because he's the mayor, he can appoint and then we either confirm or not. And he was very, I think he tried to be as neutral as possible. I just appreciate that he did that. So.
I will say the top 4 candidates were spectacular. I mean, no, nothing against our current city manager, but I feel like the talent that we had for our chief of police easily rivaled the talent that we had for city manager. I think we got the right city manager, however. I was very impressed with the talent that we had to choose from. It is a very hard decision. Went into play. Main things is obviously character, personality, obviously, you know, their background and experience was part of that. We did not pick the most experienced candidate, I'll be honest. Some that had 44 years of experience and would have made a great chief of police and may still make a great chief of police if Gledhill can't pass the background check and or if he decides not to take the offer. So would like a motion from the council to approve as chief of police. Have a motion and a second? Correct. So pending background and approval of well, we will approve the contract, negotiate that from in between now and our next meeting, but we will approve that contract meeting. So yeah, contingent on passing the background check and having a contract executed and signed. Okay. And we have a, do you still second that, Councilman Riley? All in favor? Are there any opposed? Just Don, because he's not here. Just kidding. Okay, so that's that. Next, we'll give you a minute for the manager report.
I just first want to say thanks to all the public work it was freaking awesome. They did a great job. Put a lot of man hours into that, a lot of reviews. I don't know if you've seen the pictures that Lee put up there. She was up there taking photos. It has what, 2,800 views already? So really good public support on that. I wanted to just give them a props on that. Another cool thing, on the 25th, this coming Monday, we'll have Brock Arnold, our HR manager. He'll be starting. Incredible individual. I'm stoked to have him. I know it's going to take a lot of responsibilities off of Randy and Lee, who thankfully have been pulling a lot of weight that they haven't needed to pull, but stepped up to the plate. I want to personally thank them for doing that. And then policies and procedures, we're moving along for Chapter 6, or hopefully we'll get through all that here within the next month or so. A new twist got thrown into that I didn't realize we paid for, also part of Lexipol, is the standard operating procedures module. So right after going into completing policy, the department heads will be tasked with all SOPs for their departments. So we have Lexipol until next October, part of the contract, so we're going to use them. So not only will we have policies and procedures done, but hopefully all standard operating procedures will have up and operational by October of this next year. That's really all I have update-wise, and if you have any questions, we're happy to answer them. Yes, this year, sorry.
Just want to, I watched the video and I watched the fireworks from my house, and I was there earlier on. Lee, you did a great job in putting those together and getting those out and narrating those and everything. Appreciate you. I missed the purchase orders. Let's go ahead and cover those real quick. As you'll notice, I think on the purchase orders, we probably only have that 34,000, or was it on there yet? Probably wasn't on there because we approved it separately, wasn't it? Okay. So are there any questions on the purchase orders? And did those make it back, or do I have them? Okay. I didn't have them, and I'm like, no, we can sign another one. Do we have an approval for the
Motion
purchase
to
order?
approve.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Do we have any reports from standing committees at this point?
I have something to, I don't know, I'll go in order for it. I just had one thing I wanted to mention. You've been going through the policy, and today I got on there and looked at some of it, and I don't know if is the PDF that's in there, there's like 8 folders or eight items. Is the PDF the one that's already been revised?
Workflow document. Edits that the staff
Okay.
has made, and all the ones that Grant has gone through, and all the edits that he has. And so there should be 6 chapters. I think there's a total of somewhere between 53. There'll be a 53 to 70 policy.
Okay. So I will, I'll look at those. But as I was looking at that one PDF, that must be the existing already code. I got to thinking, had we basically brought to my attention as I went to look at our city code to see if it had been changed. The online city code that we have on our website is not up to date with the new administrative changes that we. Okay. 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 I just wanted to make sure that you knew that that hadn't been changed and see if we were aware of it. But no problem. And I'll look at that. I'll start looking at it. Spend more time on that. Okay, that'd be great. And then the other, I had one other thing that I noticed. We used to have, so I noticed my picture's not online under the city council. I'm the not pictured one. I wasn't there that meeting. It would be good to get another picture with the full council at some point. or get individual pictures. We used to have bios, which I kind of like that idea, just so the community can know their councilman a little bit, know what our backgrounds are, what we do. That's just something that I'd like to see, but anyway.
I need my bio on there too.
We need a letter from the
Just
mayor
kidding.
to the community.
I'm kidding. I still don't have my bio done. You're on the thing. Just get in and out of here without. So. The reports.
Parks and Rec update from their meeting. I want to reemphasize how cool that ice skating rink. My kids have been over every day, tearing up the ice, so it's pretty awesome. They did get a cross country groomer. Snow now to groom some trails, so that should be pretty fun. They expressed just some frustration over the last year planning events and not much we can do about COVID. A lot of things got canceled. Maybe we can work a little bit more in the future. And I really want them to know publicly how I think they do and appreciate the work of the Parks and Rec Committee. It's all volunteer. They're doing a great job.
Echo that too. I think there's been some pretty cool things happening since they've been a committee, and I'd hate to see them get discouraged or stop meeting because of the neat things that have already taken place. I think that as a city and staff, the communication and the involvement in those meetings, I know I haven't been. I attended the first 3 or 4, made sure that they were going well, and my schedule hasn't allowed me to be there. But if we could have representatives from, as far as staff goes, to those meetings and making sure that we're really working hand in hand, those things I think would keep up the morale and know that, let them know that we're interested in what they're doing and we support them in what they're doing, and bring those ideas and plans to fruition. So I think the staff's done a great job though as well. I just feel like those two need to mesh a little better, but I think up to this point we're learning. It's a new committee, and I think we've done really well up to this point, and just a few growing pains. But I just thank you. Any other reports, updates? The shooting range, we're going to have a meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Keep that ball moving. Is that we're done and ready to use it by summertime. So as soon as the ground in the spring, we're moving dirt, and getting things ready to where we can utilize that shooting range summer. So that's just an update tomorrow, and we have that meeting. Any others? Yes. It's always you. Yeah. You're always the last one, right? Can they hear me okay? Just tell them it was on purpose. It was when we said things that we didn't want the public to know, we just got real quiet. So it was intentional. If nothing else, would entertain a motion to adjourn. Okay, we have a motion in a second. We are adjourned. Unless somebody wants to say.